So we're talking about old-timey remedies. We're talking about things that people used to do back in the day that today seem insane, but at the time they seem like commonplace.
Yep.
So give me some ideas, if you have a rundown. But
now the reason this came up is because I was telling Eddie I wanted to try holistic medicine as a topic. And so we just kind of wanted to see the natural ways that people do things. But basically, the start of that conversation, holistic, is a consideration of a complete person in the management and prevention of disease by doing something psychologically, socially, or spiritually. There's a link between our physical health and our more general well-being. So a holistic approach to medicine, there's a belief that our well-being just doesn't rely on science necessarily or something like that, but more of the things that are naturally put into the world.
Mm-hmm.
That the doctor is also informed about the patient's whole life situation, underlying causes of symptoms. An example of this has been described in an accident and emergency setting, where the patients may present one problem and then have having relief from pain, diagnosis, and care explain what led to those problems. For example, domestic violence, exploitation, danger. So that could be something that leads to even a larger sickness, right? It all affects your immune system.
Mm-hmm. So would you say some like stress has caused you to lose your hair or to something like that?
So maybe instead of there's a very famous, just made me think about it. Kenya Barris talks about his daughter. He said this on a few different outlets, but it's crazy because this story is wild. His daughter was losing her hair really bad. And I just thought about it because you said losing hair, to the point where they were like, does she have alopecia? He was going to all these places. Did they do a fucking skin graft? What's going on? She have leukemia? And she hadn't came out yet as a lesbian. And he said after she came out, literally her health changed.
Wow.
And he was like, she wasn't sleeping at night. She was feeling sick, body weight change, like all this shit, because she was just something psychologically, right? Hiding a secret.
Is this something if my room is messy, I don't sleep well. I feel like subconsciously I'm like, my life's a mess. I get stressed out. But when my whole room is clean, tidy, everything's nice, I feel
you feel like
calm.
You have
I feel
at
peace.
absolutely.
Do you feel that way too?
For me, it's working out.
Really? Yeah.
Like if I don't release break a sweat and like move my body, the anxiety happens way easier.
But all of that physical stuff, like that can happen to you as a cause of another, is interesting. And so that's what made me think about holistic medicine. And then Eddie and I started talking, and he was like, "Oh, what about the way that people used to treat medicine?"
I think it all goes under remedies.
It does, remedies.
You know what's funny? It's a very boomery thing to say, like, you should go for a run.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's a very like, Dad, I'm really sad. Walk it off, or like, why don't you go, play something. They're not wrong. You get the heart racing, endorphins. You feel better. You're working out. There's something. My mom would say like, drink some water. I'm like, what?
Man, that shit works.
And then you're like, you drink a pint of water. Like, oh, maybe I was just dehydrated and irritable. And then I started thinking, my mind started going like, oh, money, this, comedy, girls. And then you're like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just
let me sip this water.
You can see where my mind's on. I'm not like, the environment, politics.
On some real shit though, like the simple things that people tell us to do. Where did my brain just go? It was somewhere. Hold on.
How about drinking water?
Not drinking water. It was
simple things people tell us to do.
You know what? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? You said you like wanted to get a Tylenol before. I read this one time. It felt like, is this new agey or is this just common sense? And I've been doing it. If I have a headache, I drink a pint of water and then wait it out. If I still have a headache after an hour, then I take something.
Oh,
and it always works. I don't know.
No, I mean,
I think dehydration.
We run to the easy thing.
Yes, I think in America especially.
So this maybe not is related, but I was about to take a Xanax because of my anxiety. This was this week about my dad flying in and me getting super nervous about taking care of him while my mom's not here because she's normally helping. And literally, this guy that I used to date, he was on the phone with me. He goes, "Listen, before you take that Xanax, tell me 3 things that you're grateful for." I was like, okay, my money, my parents being alive, and my personal health. And he was like, really? Like, that's the things that you thought of, and this is really what you're grateful for? Yeah. He goes, okay, now keep complaining. And I was like, ooh. And he was like, you have those 3 things. Everything else is okay. But do you want to go keep complaining and taking a Xanax now, or you want to deal with the reality of the things you're grateful for? Literally kept me off of the shit and calmed me down. Like, there's so many little things and tweaks.
Say this shit to women, man. You'll get laid.
Say what?
That's a good little trick.
Isn't it?
Bro, what you think?
You gonna screw with this guy? Have sex with this guy?
No, but he really fucked my
Oh, this is a great single tip.
Yeah, no, right?
Just
Like-
hey,
What's his name? You get a business card?
Think of this moment. Yeah, I'm broke right now, but
You know what?
Think of this. Got a big dick, I'm dark skin, and I'm tall.
Right, exactly.
Right,
girl.
right.
You want to live in this?
and I can be there under 20 minutes. Let's
Yeah.
just.
I got a car.
I got a car. It's not mine. It's someone another girl's. But
It moved.
anyway,
Right.
while I get there, I need some money for gas.
No.
Hey, did you enjoy this clip of For Fact's Sake? We hope you did. If you want to watch the whole episode, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/FFSpodcast. That's patreon.com/FFSpodcast. Full audio, full video on every single episode. Don't miss an episode of For Fact's Sake. Get them every week. The link to that is in the description of this video.